Well, hello everybody. Welcome to week 2 here in Introduction to Criminal Justice. A little bit late with the videos and will be for the next couple of weeks because of teaching in the police academy. Or in this morning, some very mature students that I had. I had a group of third graders from Walt Disney Elementary, and they were wonderful kids. They spent the whole time asking questions. They photographed and processed and made a diagram of a crime scene. They fingerprinted things and um, participated real well. So that was a really good group of kids. Well, now let's get started talking about what went on this last week. I had a few of you who did not participate, some at all. Some of them just missed one or two things. You don't want to get behind. If you get behind now, it snowballs, and you'll end up failing or dropping the class. So the last thing you want to do is get behind the very first week. So kind of start working on it. Most of you, not all, but most of you did participate in the introduce themselves video discussion. Most students I've ever had, I don't think I've ever had more than one student that was a general studies major, but this semester I've got in this class 2, 4, 6, 8 that said they're general study majors. That's a lot. I've got one who was a mathematics major, and their goal is to become a mechanical engineer. Got one who's a stay-at-home mom that wants to go into forensic science. I've got one that wants to become a doctor of physical therapy. One that wants to go to the University of North Texas, or one that wants to go to Sam Houston State, and one to U of H Clear Lake City. I've got a couple active duty police officers. One's a sergeant with a local agency. Actually had two that were police officers here at Alvin Community College. I've got several people who want to become police officers. I've got one that wants to become an officer, eventually work special victims detective. Another that wants to be a police officer and just move up. One who's specific wants to go to work for Houston PD. I guess they said HPD. Where I'm at, that would be Hitchcock Police Department, but not suspecting that's the agency they're choosing because they said they want to be a SWAT officer, and Hitchcock doesn't have a SWAT team. And then one that just said they wanted to be a police officer. Got one who is currently working security at Amazon, one working security at a mall, one who wants to either get a job in law enforcement or in probation. We have a lot of students usually that looking to go into probation. You do need a bachelor's degree for that. Then I've got a kind of an unusual job. I've got one that does cheerleading, dance, and exercise coach at the local Parks and Recreation Department. So that's a little bit different jobs. I've had people that worked in daycares and worked with young children that way, but never with the dance and cheerleading. I do have a niece that's working on her PhD in dance now, and has been a high school dance instructor or for, I guess, 10, 15 years now. Got one student who's got really lofty goals. All they want to do is pass this semester. So get to work and we can do that. Got one that's going to attend the police academy next semester, and the one that's interested in science as well as computer forensics. So computer forensics would be a good field in the law enforcement field, up and coming area, with all the cybercrime and such. Okay, well, let me get out of the way and we'll talk about what we've got going on this week. So this week we're going to be looking at both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Chapter 1 is on crime and justice in America, and Chapter 2 is on victimization and criminal behavior. So get your exam reviews downloaded for both of those chapters while you read the chapters in the book and watch the two videos and start getting the information in there so that you can complete Discussion 1 and Discussion 2, which will be due this week. In addition to that, just kind of let you know, if Chapter 1's video and quiz is not showing for you, you need to participate in the introduce yourself and paraphrase discussions, and make 100s on the introductory and research paper quiz before they'll be available to you. So go back and do those. And then before Chapter 2 is available to you, you'll need to make at least a 70 on the Chapter 1 quiz. So you need to take both quizzes this week, make at least a 70 on them to move on. And then again, the chapter discussions. I've got a 20-minute video that shows you how to do it. If you didn't take my classes last semester, watch the video so you make sure you get the discussions correct. Because a lot of people don't get full credit. And then finally this week, the last thing you'll need to do is complete your follow-up post for the introduce yourself and paraphrase discussions. Now, the introduce yourself, welcome your fellow student. I think the majority of the people that have introduced themselves have done the follow-up post already, so that's good. The paraphrase exercise, paraphrase discussion, kind of the purpose of the discussion is so that you'll see that different people look at this article differently and they'll summarize it differently. So that's the major part of the exercise, is to see the differences. So be sure to do those follow-up, talking about the differences in their paraphrase versus yours. Well, that's all I've got for you this week. Again, if you're behind, please catch up so everything starts running smoother. It's kind of disappointing when you have so many people that just don't do the work. So, hopefully everybody will be caught up by the end of next week. All right, that's all I've got for you now. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great day.